Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is George Fisher speaking to you from the inside lobby of the Pantages Theater and saying welcome to what is perhaps going to be the greatest event in motion pictures. At least I think it's going to be the greatest night in the history of motion pictures, for it is the premiere of A Star is Born. I think the most looked forward to motion picture in this year of 1954. A Star is Born, of course, stars wonderful Judy Garland, James Mason, Jack Carson, Charles Bickford, Tommy Noonan, lovely little Lucy Marlowe. And as you can tell from that camera, there are just thousands and thousands of people here at this fantastic opening at the Pantages Theater. Now, if you can look around, you'll see, I think, more people than I have ever seen at any premiere in Hollywood, and I would like to tell you that this is my 100th premiere. As you may notice at my side, I have four lovely movie star assistants. To my left, lovely Rosemary Bowe, and also to the left of Rosemary, lovely Paula Raymond. And then the beautiful redhead, if we're in color you could tell better, lovely Amanda Blake, another redhead, Ann Robinson. These lovely assistants are going to grab the stars. There are some 250 here. I don't want to keep them waiting any longer. We're going to try to get as many as we can. The introductions may be brief. You may even see me push them aside a little faster than we would like to. But we would like you to be the first to see this wonderful crowd here at the A Star is Born premiere. So many stars have already come in. It's a real pleasure to bring our First Lady of the Press, radio, and all the rest of it that goes with Luella Parsons' wonderful title. Luella, welcome here as the first guest on our TV show at A Star is Born, and Jimmy McHugh.
Thank you very much, George. We won't talk because you have so many wonderful stars waiting to get into this so wonderful picture.
Luella, you don't have to talk very much. Everything you say that's great and important is read by millions. So thank you very much for being so understanding. Bye-bye, dear.
Thank you, Jim.
Coming up now, thank you, Jim. Coming up now is a young lady here who has created quite a sensation, Universal starlet, Miss Mamie Van Doren. Mamie, won't you come over? Thank you, Amanda. Mamie Van Doren. Now, this outfit, I think you should kind of let us step back and see that. Cheesecake and all. Would you introduce your friend?
Kevin Delroy.
Debbie Delroy. Very nice to see you,
Just
Kevin.
came in from
Delroy.
Europe.
Just came in from Europe.
Wonderful. Thank you. Mamie, we really wanted to show you in this fabulous gown. We have so many people. I do want to grab them all if I can. Thank you. You're very beautiful, I might say. Dean Martin. Mr. and Mrs. Dean Martin. I haven't much chance to say too much of an introduction, Dean. I never saw so many people at a premiere. How about you?
I think everybody's here. And this is a great picture. We're not supposed to say, but we saw this picture. And we're coming right back to see it again.
How do you like Judy?
Oh, she's great. She's got to win everything.
You know, you gotta let me put in a plug. You notice that I'm in the picture. I'm doing the same thing in the picture that I'm doing here tonight. Open it up.
That's
Pretty
right.
good acting.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful acting.
Thanks so much.
Shoot out this way.
Right.
Go on.
George, I want you to talk to Gloria Graham.
Cy Howard. Wonderful.
Cy Howard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the last time that Gloria Graham, who is now Mrs. Cy Howard, was in this theater was the Academy Award, the night of an award, I think, almost the last time. Gloria Graham, Cy, nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Johnny. Thank you. You going to stay with us?
I'll stay with you. This is almost as big an opening of The Star is Born as it was at the Academy, don't you think?
Could be a little bigger.
I
A little less nervous, though.
A little less nervous.
A little less
Wonderful.
nervous.
No, it's a wonderful night.
Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank
you
you,
notice I'm
Johnny.
rushing everybody because there's so many wonderful
That's
stars
right.
like you.
That's all right.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night,
you. It's
Johnny.
nice being
Gloria. Well, here is a great, great pal, Eddie Arnold and Mrs. Arnold.
I just want to say this. Many, many years ago, it was my pleasure to introduce the star of the Star is Born tonight that we're going to see. And then she was just a little bit of a girl in a sailor blouse, a pleated skirt, and it was at a benefit. It was my pleasure to introduce her, and naturally we all believed and we know today that she is a great star, and we're going to see a great performance tonight.
Judy Garland. Thank you, Eddie Arnold. Mr. Mason.
Not in a midi blouse.
Thank you. Coming up to our microphone, John Hall.
Oh, and Linda Dunn.
John, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Raymar Thompson.
It's really a pleasure to be here. I want to congratulate, of course, Jack Warner for bringing A Star is Born back to the public again. All of you Rama fans, be sure and go and see A Star is Born, because you're not only going to see Miss Judy Garland, as a great new star in a rightful place, but it's a package that is for the whole family. George, we're very happy to be here. And Linda,
Well, let me
I'm sure
tell you
feel
something.
about the
Oh, I
same, don't
feel
you?
great. I'm
One
really
word from Raymar, and I know all your fans will go. So thank you very much,
I certainly
John.
hope they do.
John Hall, Linda. So very
Good
nice
luck,
to
George.
see you.
Nice to see you.
George, no evening will be complete without Hedda Hopper.
Well, I want you to know no evening is complete for me unless I am standing very close to Hedda.
How are you,
Hedda Hopper,
darling?
it's a real pleasure to see you here tonight.
Well, it's wonderful to be here. I've lost my fellow named Bob.
Where is he?
He got lost in the mob down there.
Well, I
There
wish-
he is.
Gosh,
And
we
you
ought
know,
to get him
tonight
up.
is really show business, isn't it?
I think so. It's the
You
biggest.
see, it's the biggest. 5 years ago, Judy lost Anna Get Your Gun, and Betty Hutton got the part. Yesterday, Betty Hutton says that she's going to retire from show business. Now, have you ever heard anything like that in your
Switch
life?
to end all switches.
Yes,
I think.
well,
It's a
we've never
Hollywood
known.
story in itself.
Well, we've never known anything like that in Hollywood, have you?
No.
You're looking wonderful. How many children have you?
I have one, honey, and one coming in November. Thank you for mentioning
Ah,
it.
well, I still have one grandchild.
Thank
Nice
you
to
so
see
much.
you here. And I can't find my fella. Where
There
are
he
you?
comes down.
All
Thank
right.
you, Hedda. Coming up now, a very dear friend of mine.
George.
One that you all know. A fellow who has made a great, great success in Rear Window, Raymond Burr, but also a great success with the trips to Korea. So, Raymond, let me say
All right,
welcome.
Frank.
Did you bring Evelyn up?
Yes, Evelyn
And
Russell's
introduce
here.
this boy who's just returned
Evelyn?
from Korea.
Come over here, will you?
Evelyn Russell, ladies
Hi,
and gentlemen.
George. How are
Would you
you?
introduce your friend here to our TV audience?
Yes, this is Frank Vitti, a boy that's with us tonight.
Into the
Right
camera.
back from Korea.
Mr. and Mrs. Gene Herschel. I don't have to say much about Gene, except he's the #1 man in this town for our money.
Thank you,
Would
George.
you get in and say hello?
George,
Our mics, our cameras
George,
right over there.
I don't know if you can hear me because it's such a noise. But after 42 years in Hollywood, I don't believe I've ever seen a premiere or an opening like this. That includes the Academy Awards, and I ought to know to that because I
Believe
was
me,
ahead of it, you know.
Gene, you certainly should know. Thank you very much for coming up. You can see our guest list is pretty big. Edward G. Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, and
Now, this is
Miss
Miss Anderson.
Miss
We're just
Anderson.
making a debut in pictures.
well, how nice. With
The one we're doing now called, well, of course it would be called Dead Pigeon, you know, the kind of name my pictures have.
Well, I want you to know that it's a real pleasure to see you, and I know our audience, a fast one on TV, by the way, Eddie, is
Yeah.
delighted to see you because an old Warner man like you would wish a great deal of success
Well,
to Judy
thank you,
Garland.
George, yes.
Thank you so much.
Nice to
so
see
nice
you.
to meet you. I have a great thrill here now for you all. One of the stars of the picture of A Star is Born, Mr. Jack Carson, who is a great MC, and he's going to present a little later on Georgie Jessel and Judy for you. Jack, won't you take over? It's real
George,
exciting.
thank you very much. It's a great thrill to be here. This is, I would say without fear of contradiction, one of the finest pictures I've ever been in, and I've never been associated with anything of the stature of this nature. So it's a very thrilling evening. It's one of the biggest premieres we've ever had in Hollywood, and I certainly am thrilled to the bottom of my feet to be a part of it. I might say I'm a little nervous, too. But who have we next? We're going to try to get everybody on here as fast as we can and get them off.
You want me to go through?
Donald Crisp, would you like to say a few words? It's awfully nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Jack. And I'm very glad to see you.
Well, it's
You're-
awfully nice to
you're
see
my
you
pet.
again. I
It's a great pleasure.
haven't seen you since Bright Leaf, but have a
That's
good
right.
time and enjoy the picture.
Thank you so
very
much.
much, sir. Who is it? Virginia Mayo. Virginia Mayo. Isn't it awfully nice to have you here?
Thank you very
How's
much.
the family?
Wonderful. My old man, my husband, he couldn't be here tonight. He's home working on his television.
Yeah, I've seen it. I think it's a wonderful show, and it's a shame he can't be here, but it's certainly nice to have you.
It's
And
a great night for you and Judy Garland.
thrilled to death. I can tell you that.
Wonderful. I know
It's
it's-
nice to have you.
It's wonderful to be here.
Okay, Virginia. Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. Bye. Who we got? Marilyn Maxwell. How are you? It's awfully
Hello,
nice to have
Jack.
you here.
Jerry Davis.
How do you do? Good to see you. Yes, sir.
Very exciting to
Would
be
you say a few
here.
words to our television audience
Well,
here?
I think everything's been said, Jack. It should be said. It's most exciting, and I'm real thrilled to be here.
Well, it's certainly
So
awfully
did you
nice
too.
to have you, and I'm tickled to
Looking
death to have...
forward to seeing you.
Oh, I'm so nervous I could
Oh,
die.
you'd be great.
Thanks for coming in. It's awfully nice to see you. So long.
Jack, it's Connie Murado.
Patty Hirata, how are you? It's awfully nice to have you with us tonight, and
Happy to see you.
I'm very happy to see you, and
Fine, I'm working hard.
well, I'm
Having
very
fun.
embarrassed and nervous. I'm not used to doing this sort of thing.
I think this is the most wonderful thing I ever saw. What the people are receiving everything.
I have never seen a premiere like this in my life, and believe me, I've seen lots of them, so I'm very thrilled to be part of it.
And for me, be here, make it was wonderful.
Well, it's
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming in. How do you do? Awfully good to see you. How do you do, sir? Good to see you. And we're certainly glad to have you at this premiere. This is the biggest thing I've ever seen. I'm a little nervous, so I just want to thank you for coming in, and I hope you enjoy the picture very much. Thank you. It's nice to see you. So long. Lee, how are you?
Fine, Jack.
Lee Liberace.
Jack, my mother, and my very good friend from Chicago and St. John.
Won't you
Hello,
stand up?
Jack.
Awfully nice to see you. It's nice to have some fellow Milwaukeeans here.
Well, it certainly is.
Born in Milwaukee.
You were? Well, we're all very happy. I wasn't born there, but I lived most of my life there. In fact, this is where we knew each other to
That's
start
right,
with.
Jack. It's a great thrill to be here and see Judy back in films again.
Well, wait till you see. I only saw part of the picture, but she is, without a doubt, one of the real great talents of our time. It's awful nice to have all three.
You, Jack. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. With us.
Jack,
Yes.
Debbie Reynolds and Joy Foreman. Debbie?
Hello, Debbie. How are you? Awfully good to see you. Awfully nice to have you with us.
You know Joey Foreman?
Well, I do now. I just
You're
met
really
him.
working here tonight, aren't you?
Well, we're trying to get everybody on that we can because I've never seen such a tremendous crowd. And
I've never been so excited my whole life. Look at all those
isn't
people.
this something? This is just a tremendous
Well,
thing. You'd
this
think
is
that
really Hollywood,
you think that Lindbergh had just got back from flying Atlantic or something.
Sweating pretty good, too.
Well, it works out that way, but it's awful nice to have you with us. And I do hope you enjoy the picture.
Thank you
Thank you very much. Kim Novak, how are you? Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
It's nice to have you here with us, and I.
Certainly it's exciting.
Well, isn't it? I'm so nervous. I'm right on the edge of
I
my
bet you
toes, but it's certainly great to have you here, and
really nice
I
to
hope
meet
you
you.
enjoy the picture,
Thank
Kim.
you very much.
Incidentally, you're very good on our picture over at Columbia.
Oh, thanks. I was
Yes.
fun doing it.
It was nice having you with us here.
Susan Ball and Dick Long.
Oh, hello, Susan. How are you? Awfully nice to see you. Dick, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to have you down here. I hope you enjoy the picture. I know you will.
I know we will.
Because it's a great picture. So it's nice to say hello and have you say hello to our TV audience.
Hi.
Okay? Thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks, Jack.
Right on.
Gordon McRae?
Gordon McRae and Sheila, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Kind of warm, boy. You look just like Oklahoma there, boy.
Well, don't have any curls tonight, old boy.
His hair's longer than mine is.
Well, yours isn't very long, but it's nice to have you here.
I'm looking forward to seeing you too, old Jocko.
I haven't seen it, so I'm on the tenterhooks, but
nervous
like so,
tonight,
but I
huh?
think it'll be all right.
I think it'll be
Thanks for
wonderful.
coming in, Sheila. Good to see you. Right on. Dorothy, how are you?
What are you so nervous about?
Oh, I don't know. You'd think this was my picture. I only
Well,
have a bit of
I
it.
think
Well,
it
good to
is.
see you.
Glad to see you. Long time no see.
Yes, sir. It's awfully nice to have you with us, and I hope you enjoy the picture.
Well, I know we will, Jack, and believe me, I think it's great because, well, you're always a great star to me, and naturally, when I first came to California, I was on the same train with Judy.
Uh-huh.
So tonight, a star is reborn, I should say, and a
Oh.
great star is born
I
again.
think she's always been a great star.
Believe me, she
And I
has.
know you'll find that she is tonight because she's just
I know
wonderful.
that. I can't wait to see her.
Good to have
Good
you
night.
here, Dorothy. You want to we're going to see it tonight, so I hope you enjoy it.
I think I've seen everybody in town tonight.
Okay, no, this is such a thrilling evening. Andy, how are you? Good to see you. Awfully nice to see you. Yes, very pleasure to have you with us. You and I weigh about 700 between us, don't we? Thank you. But it's awful nice to have you here, and I hope you enjoy the picture. I know you will. It's really great. Okay. Peggy Lee, of course. How are you, Peggy? It's awfully nice to have you with us, and we do hope you enjoy the show tonight. Isn't this the greatest thing you've ever seen? It's just, it's frightening to me, but I'm awfully glad to be part of it. It's nice to have you with us, Peggy. Tom, how are you? Good to see you.
Fine, good to see you.
Tom Moon, who plays a great part in the picture. You'll all enjoy him when you see the picture. Those people that are here tonight will certainly enjoy him. I know that.
What's playing here tonight?
Something about... Oh, Star is Born. That's
Good,
right. Of course,
good.
yes.
Oh,
Good to have you, Tom. Hello, Ray. How are you?
You know
Good to see
Gwen, don't you?
Hello, how are you? Awfully nice to have... Gee, everybody is here tonight.
Well,
This
it's a
is
big night.
tremendous.
It's a big night. You know, I was in the Wizard of Oz with Judy, and this is another momentous occasion.
Well, this is really something. I've never been associated...
She got an fabulous job yourself.
She did. I think she'll get an Oscar for tonight. I think you're so
Well, you're
right.
doing a fabulous job out here, too. Nice to see you.
Good. Good to see you.
Hey,
Good.
Gordon Scott.
Gordon, how are you? Good to see you. Awfully nice to have you with us. Oh, yes. Warm. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Nice to have you here with us, and I hope you enjoy the picture.
I'm sure I will. I saw it out in Huntington Park, and I thought
Oh, you saw it already?
Wonderful.
Well,
Perfect.
thank you. I haven't seen. I'm the only one here that hasn't seen it, I guess. But,
You're one of the best things in the picture.
well, thank you very much. Awfully nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Right on. Who we got next, please? Danny Talk. I see Danny. Make room for Danny here. He is. Hello, Danny. How are you?
Good
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Wonderful.
Wonderful here tonight and real exciting for Judy and all of you.
Well, it sure is exciting for me. I'm sure it is for Judy, too. It's just, I know it's a wonderful picture. I know you're going to enjoy yourself.
I've seen a lot of the rushes. I've seen you 1,000 times before. You're great all the time, Jack, in my book.
Thank you very much, Danny. Thanks for coming in. Right on. Hello, Bill. How are you?
Jack.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. I bet you never worked as hard in the picture as you are tonight.
Oh, boy. Well, we're trying to keep it going. That's what they say. We're trying to get everybody on us here. And, of course, everybody in Hollywood
Can
is
you give
here.
me a job like this? I'd like to lose a little weight. Huh?
I think I will tonight.
Nice to see you, Jack.
Nice to have you here, Bill.
Tucker.
The one and only Soapy Tucker. Hello, Soapy. How are you? Awfully nice to have you here with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What are we going to say around here, dear?
Well, you just... you see?
Thank
you don't have to say anything. Just walk in, that's all.
I'm happy to be here. And I just know that with Judy, it's a premiere and a great opening at all times.
Well, I think you're so right. It's awfully nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure now, ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one because I think he deserves it. He is going to introduce the star of our show, the star of the picture tonight, the one and only, the Toastmaster General of the United States, Mr. George Jessel. George?
Jack, I must tell the people that I have already seen the picture and that you're just great in it. Just great.
I thank you very much.
And I think that I ought to tell the folks that it was I who named Judy Garland, Judy Garland.
Is that...
Not that it would have made any difference. You couldn't have hid that great talent if you'd called her Tel Aviv Windowsill, you know? But her name when I first met her was Frances Gum, and it wasn't the kind of a name that's so sensitive a great actress like that should have.
Her name was that when I first met her. I met her when she was 9 years old. I worked in the bill with her, you know?
That's so.
Yes,
And
sir.
so we called her Judy Garland, and I think she's a combination of Helen Hayes and Al Jolson and maybe Jenny Lind and Sarah Bernhardt. That's about all I
the
can
great
say.
talent rolled
And look
into
who's
one.
coming here. This is an opportunity I've always wanted. This is the most glamorous lady that the American screen has ever known, Miss Joan Crawford. Joan?
Hi, Joe.
Hi. You know Jack Carson, of course?
I never saw him. How are you, darling?
Fine. You know, this is the only time I ever meet her. I call all the time, but I can only meet her in a microphone. I've written that, too, by the way.
You know something?
What?
May I just say one thing?
Please, anything you want.
Christmas came early this year with Helen Hayes and Judy Garland.
Isn't that a wonderful thing to say?
That's a nice speech. Why didn't I think of it?
Jack, well, you just got it.
Wonderful to have you, boy. Am I living tonight?
Oh, here is handsome Caesar Amaro.
Hello, how are you?
Glad to see you.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you. Well, this is one picture I'm looking forward to seeing.
Well, I think everybody is, as you can tell from the crowds here. But it's just amazing how many people turn out for it. It's well to have you with us. Right on. Hello, Marie. How are you? Marie Wilson. Of course. It's nice to have you with us. Huh?
I guess tonight everybody's gonna write Judy a letter tomorrow.
Well,
She's wonderful.
I hope you write some fan mail tomorrow. Write some to me, will you,
I'm
please?
gonna write you
But
a
I know you're going to love the picture because, of course, it's a great story, and everybody else is great, except me, you know, as it turns out.
You'll be wonderful.
Nice to have you with us here. Right on. Jack Palance, how are you? Good to see you. You feeling pretty good tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. You're looking wonderful.
I'm not feeling very mean. I hope you like our picture. I'm sure you will.
I'm sure we're going to.
Okay. Swell. Good to have you with us. Hello, Doris. How are you, honey? Good to see you. It's awful nice to have you. Marty, how are you? Good to see you. We're trying to get everybody on camera that week.
We're just going to rush right through. We're so excited about it.
Oh, you're excited? Oh.
You nervous?
No, not a bit. Just a little like that. But it's nice to have you here.
Bye.
Good to see you, Marty. Hello, how are you? Good to see you.
You too.
Fine.
Mr. Rothschild.
How do you do? Awfully nice to have you with us. There's our television camera over there. We hope you enjoy the picture.
Oh, this is the most exciting premiere I've ever been to.
Well, it certainly is exciting for me, I'll tell you that.
You know one thing, Jack, about this picture, I think it's going to live up to its advanced publicity. I saw two of the rushes, and they were just wonderful.
Well, I didn't, but it's. I just hope it's as good as everybody says it is, because that'll be one of the best pictures of all
Well,
time.
after tonight, I think it will also be A Star is Reborn, don't you think so?
Well, could be.
I think so.
Okay, nice to have you with us. Bye.
Married couple right here.
There's a new married couple here. June, how are you, friend? Awfully nice to have you with us. That's good of you to take time out from your domestic chores.
It was a joy. Yes, it was a great sacrifice on our part.
Well, we sure hope you like the picture.
Are we on television?
Yes, we're right there. That's the TV over there. Okay, well, it's nice to have you with us. George?
And And now, Jack, this is the duty that I came at the happy function. The great talent of our generation, Miss Judy Garland.
Oh, my goodness.
And her husband and producer, Mr. Sid Love. And the boss of all Warnerdom, Jack Warner.
Hello, Archie. Excuse me.
Jack, how are you?
Jack, glad to
Hello,
see you.
Sid. How are you?
Hello, Jack.
Hello, honey. How are you?
Judy, because in a few moments they're going to see one of the greatest motion pictures ever made with, I think, one of the great performances of all time given by yourself.
George, we've been together on many, many wonderful occasions, but I really think that this is the most wonderful. For me, it's most thrilling. I hope the picture is that good.
Well, it's a long jump from little Frances Gumm at the Oriental Theater to Judy Garland, the most beloved singer of songs and finest young actress in America.
My darling husband.
I know your darling husband.
He did the whole thing.
And I envy your darling husband. You got it? You got all you want? Well, they never have all they want.
You're still on TV,
Well,
you know.
I think the folks ought to know, Jack, you've had this before, but nothing like this. I've been out in Hollywood all my life. I've never seen such splendor at any opening.
This is really the greatest opening in the history of my, say, 40 or 50 years in show business.
Well, we're still on the television. I'm taking all these pictures down here, so...
I've never seen any such a night in Hollywood since I've been here. You know, I was telling the people, Judy...
George, we're just sign it off.
Get on here. Sid Luft, the producer of the picture. I'll take up for a bite to eat. You stay there.
Proud to be a very small part of it, and thank you.
Small part.
Small part.
Yeah. I'm very proud of you, darling, my wife.
I want to tell you that I've never seen so many
actions going on outside. Jack,
George,
thank you
I got to
for
go
great help.
on the radio show.
Thank you
so
very
it's
much.
nice to be with you, and I'll see you inside, okay?
You did quite a job here. While I'm waiting for Larry Finley to come in, I want to bring Van Heflin, one of the great, wonderful actors and stars, and right beside him, Mr. and Mrs. Pat O'Brien. All of you come on in here and say hello.
Glad to see you.
Well, Pat, I don't think we need to guess about how great this picture's going to be, do we?
Well, the old alma mater has put it over again.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
I wish we had time to get some real wonderful stories from you two, but this is a madhouse, and everybody loves it.
Nice kind of a madhouse.
Wonderful to see you
Thank
again.
you, Pat.
Great, George. God bless you.
Nice picture, the rate.
This is really it.
Thank you. Thank you, darling.
Hi, Larry.
Yes.
Take over quick.
I've got Larry Finley at my side, a great pal. Very, very popular here in Southern California with his late show. Larry, Jack did a pretty good job. I'm going to leave the rest of this to you for
You've
a few
done a fine
minutes.
job, too, George Fisher. Thank you very much.
Ben Alexander.
Yes, Ben Alexander.
My wife, Leslie.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Ben Alexander, a voice and a face that's very familiar to everyone in Southern California.
Thank you, Larry.
Really good to see you, Ben.
We're excited about seeing this picture, and we're excited about the returns of our other Warner Brothers picture, Dragnet.
Dragnet, and you did a fine job in that, too, Ben.
Sorry my
Real fine
partner
job.
isn't here tonight.
I'm sorry. Well, how about giving out a call for the people, huh?
Well, I don't know.
Thanks very much, Ben. Thank you,
Thanks,
Mrs.
Larry.
Alexander.
Bye-bye.
Larry,
Yes,
here's the beautiful Shelley Winters.
Oh, and this is the beautiful Shelley Winters.
Hello, and thank you.
Shelley, you look better than I've ever seen you look, and I
Well,
mean
thank you. I'm very, very happy tonight for Judy. It's a great, great occasion.
Isn't that wonderful? How's the family, darling?
Oh,
All right?
just wonderful. My baby's watching. Hello, darling. How are you?
You can say hello to your baby anytime. Shelley, wonderful seeing you, dear. Yes, Miss Sonia Henny, ladies and
How are
gentlemen.
you?
And Sonia, you look just as charming off skates as you do on them, too.
Thank you.
Sonia, I know that you're going to see a great picture in just a few moments inside.
I know I do.
Thank you, darling, so much. And Sheridan.
Jack.
And yes, Jack, good to see you. And you want to look up at our television cameras so
is
people
that
can
TV
take
going
a
now?
real good look at you. It's a very confusing night here tonight.
Oh, I know. It's quite a crowd.
And wonderful seeing you. And I know you'll enjoy Judy's performance, especially in The Star is Born.
Thank you
Jack.
very
Nice
much.
seeing you. Hello, Lauren. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
And this is Lauren Bacall, ladies and gentlemen, as if I had to tell you. You look just wonderful, darling.
Thank you very much.
I know you're going to enjoy the picture tonight,
Oh,
too,
I
Lauren.
know I will.
Thank you, darling, so much for coming up and chatting with us.
Janet Lee and...
Janet Lee.
Hello, how are you?
And where's the better half? Hi,
Thank
Tone.
you.
Good to see you. Nice to see you. Pardon me, dear. You go right
I
ahead.
was going to say, I don't know when I like that. I didn't have the better half.
The better half, well, I think a man always says the better half. If there was a girl up here, she'd call you the better half. So you don't object, do you?
No, that's all right.
It's certainly nice seeing you, Janet.
Thank
and Tony.
you.
Hate to rush you through, but we have so many people
We know.
that we're going to get to. And the very beautiful Sue Carroll and Mr. Alan Ladd. Sue, how are you, darling?
Thank you.
Hello, Alan.
How are you?
Good to see you. Real good to see you. You folks got here just in time. You know, the curtain's going up in just a few moments on this picture.
We've got the tickets. We'll get right in.
You've got to, did we show the folks what the tickets look like? These are your tickets for A Star is Born, right?
They're very pretty, aren't
They certainly are. Sue, thank you.
Okay.
Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz standing off stage,
Okay.
just back from Del Mar. And here she is, the world's greatest handicapper.
Hi,
Lucille.
Larry.
Hi, darling. Hi, Desi.
Larry. Glad to see you.
Good to see you. Well, it certainly is a night of nights here, isn't it, Desi?
Yeah, sure. It's
The
wonderful.
greatest.
It's the greatest.
It's the greatest.
We're so excited about
Judy and James and George Cukor and everybody else in this picture are going to take all of the
Academy Award.
Academy Awards that they have.
I think you're right.
I'm sure of it.
I think you're right.
I'm
I
sure.
can hardly wait to see it.
But how
It's just great.
Like now to present one of my favorite actresses of all time. I need only let you look at her and you can gasp Claire Trevor.
George, that's so sweet of you. I want to say that tonight is one of those thrilling evenings when you realize a star is born, and I guess it really is tonight.
Well,
isn't
if you could have seen Judy when she arrived about 10, 15 minutes ago, it was fantastic.
A new birth, because she has already been a star. Well, I want to say hello to everyone. Hi, Chuck.
Thanks, Claire Trevor.
Thank you,
So
George.
nice to see you. Coming to our camera now, very wonderful actress and very great lady of the screen, Miss Greer Garson, and she is not with her 12 men tonight. Greer, so nice to see you.
As a matter of fact, I'm not with any men at all tonight. My mother is my date tonight because Buddy's in Texas. He'd be very sorry to miss this occasion. My goodness. It's wonderful, doesn't it?
Oh, this has been a night that few people in Hollywood are going to forget, you can believe me.
Well, this is Hollywood at its most Hollywood, isn't
Yes,
it?
indeed.
And we're all looking forward so much to seeing this picture.
Thank you so very much.
I've been working on location in Tucson for the last 6 weeks, and I'm so glad we got back in
You're
time.
doing Strange Lady in Town,
That's right.
Mr. Leroy, Cam Mitchell.
That's right.
I don't know the rest of the cast, but I know that he
Dana
had a delight.
Andrews and some very interesting actors. You will see it. I was Strange Lady on the Desert. We were in Arizona, Tucson. It was very hot. But I'm delighted that we got back in time to see A Star is Born because it's a picture with one of my very, very favorite people in show business and a very favorite director.
Coming from you, Miss Garson, even Judy would be pleased. Thank you so much.
Wishing her the best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Another great friend of mine and a very beautiful, I'd like to think of her as the Marilyn Monroe of our set. And that is to say, the female columnist, lovely Sheila Graham. Sheila, did you have a hard time in there?
Well, it was a little grueling, George, and how did you do out here?
Well, I didn't have such a bad time. Jack Carson and Jessel took over for a good bit of it. And it was pretty wild when Judy came in, I'll say that.
I know, yes. She came in, unfortunately, too late to go on our show.
Oh, what a
Wasn't that a shame?
She missed it by just a minute or
Just
two.
a minute, yes. But isn't this wonderful, George? This is so glamorous, and Hollywood Boulevard looks so exciting tonight.
We're now looking at the tail end of this fabulous premiere, the last few minutes, and in about 4 minutes the picture will go on. Earl Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great columnists of our country. I don't know what he's doing in Hollywood when his beat is New York. Earl, it's a pleasure to have you arrive at what I consider the biggest premiere we've ever had.
Well, they tell me that there's been nothing like this in at least in 10, 15 years. You say the biggest ever? You really
I think
so?
it's closest to the biggest I've ever seen. I've done a lot of premieres. I think it's bigger than the Academy Award, Earl, and that was the biggest thing we ever had.
Well, thank you, George. Thank you very much.
Earl
indeed.
Wilson, so very much. George Fisher speaking to you from the Pantages Theater at this fantastic and of A Star is Born. I hope you've enjoyed the proceedings. Thank you very much. Now let's go Hollywood.